going to be the first video of the actual AT trip because we haven't left yet. But you see there in the background, sail, whoop, and all of our sail peeps.
Show your peeps, yeah.
Woo. So, down the hallway, that's Katie. We are getting ready for our final sort of send-off because Amabel and Andrea are driving us to Buffalo to get on the Greyhound bus for the longest bus drive. And we want to thank Sail, who are our sponsor, and we're blogging for them on this trip. Sail, Canada's outdoor superstore. Pardon? And yeah. So
why am I the face of Sail?
see, this is quite honestly, like, obviously we worked here. We're taking sort of like a hiatus to go on this trip, but I will say, even owning my own businesses over the years, this has actually been the most fun place to ever work. And it's it all thanks to the people. So, I want to thank James, who basically helped us set up the sponsorship and Umair. And then what we end up with is like a whole bunch of people have like helped us, support us. Like eventually we're going to try to go through and Katie and I are going to make notes to be able to thank everybody. But this trip is 2 people going on an adventure with the help of 10s, 20s, hundreds, whether it's like support, whether it's material help, whether it's sponsorship, all of it sort of all comes together to let 2 people, for no real good reason.
2 people live wild.
Yeah, lets us live wild. But walk down a really rough trail, not shower very often, eat a lot of dehydrated food, and hope we don't get eaten by bears. So if you hear that, this is day -1. No, -1, it's Friday. So yes, day -1. And that is the highway. That is Katie. That is where we slept last night. Not that we couldn't have gone to the hotel right there. We're basically behind a truck stop just off I-95, I think it is, or 96, in Bangor, Maine. And then shortly we will be going in to get drinks and food because we haven't had any real stuff in like about 36 hours. Okay, so up here, and we'll show you more, is the 100-mile wilderness outfitter cabins that we're staying in that are very cool. And of course, you've met this lady before. And that little fella who's guiding us,
Woody.
That's Woody. So the cabins are about 200 meters from the Appalachian Trail. And so basically what we're doing is just a little walk down because we're going to be dropped off in Baxter State Park to go up Mount Katahdin tomorrow. And in a week, give or take, we will be coming back here. Past the wood pile. And these are the first bugs. I don't know if you could see them on screen, but
There's no way they can see them on screen.
yeah. But those were the first bugs we've seen so far. A couple flies here and there. But it is already starting to get dark. Right, Woody man? So what's super cool is Phil, who's the owner, said, oh, get Woody. Woody will show you. And literally Woody, who's like an Australian shepherd, like a herding dog, is guiding us to the trail. To Monson. We are now on the Appalachian Trail. But we will be coming back this same trail in the other direction in about a week. So you'll see all of that. Well, bits of it. It is Saturday morning. I'm just going to give a little pan around. This is the cabin. I had the bottom bunk. Katie had the top bunk. And you know what? We are just about packed up. And we are going to... And if you look outside, still dark. We're going to be hopping on our little shuttle. That our great host Phil will be driving us up to Baxter State Park, drop up our backpacks at the ranger station, and pick up our day bags and start this thing. So I gotta finish just throwing a few things in my bag. And just an FYI, my bag, Katie's bag. These things are light, they're comfy, and everything we need for 10 days. Because, you know, well, the trail's going to take months. You only carry what you need for up to 10 days. That's the longest stretch. Then it's like 3 to 5. And then you resupply. So, we are about to get started. And I bid you adieu until, you know, as the sun comes up, we'll get some more video. We're just on that final drive up to Baxter State Park. This is what back roads in Maine look like. This is our delightful host, Phil. That's our delightful co-pilot partner, Katie. And I'm me. Either way. Go on.
We're going to have a really good view coming up here.
Okay, so Phil says we're going to have a really good view of the mountain coming up shortly. So I will play it through.
So, just coming up right here at the power line.
Okay, we're just going to get a view of Katahdin in a second, way off in the distance. See in the gap there? We're going up that. And we've got another big view of the mountain coming up. Around the corner. Yeah, see up there?
I got to go around this hole.
So, either way, there's a mountain up there. Big gap. That little peak is what we're going to end up on top of, and then we come back down. So something kind of unique here. You see that right there? Keep Maine Beautiful is the only billboard in Maine, because they passed a law not to have billboards, but their billboard happens to be a ginormous boulder. Just had been painted.
This used to be called Graffiti Rock, but it was a rude introduction to coming into Baxter State Park.
Yeah.
So the Youth Conservation Corps painted that mural about 30 years ago, and it's been that. Nobody's defaced it. It's been like that the whole time.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So if you come to Maine and you get out in the middle of nowhere, they might have a billboard that happens to be just a giant piece of art rather than a piece of like corporate propaganda. So there.
Day one.
Day one, and it is officially begun. We are at Baxter State Park. We're starting to walk up the Able Trail, which is not the Appalachian Trail. That is the Hunt Trail. But the Able Trail we will take up to the top of Katahdin, and then come back on the hunt trail, which is the Appalachian Trail. So we've still done the Appalachian Trail, but we're going up and down on 2 different trails. And walking up that hill already made me a little bit winded, so we're in for a good day.
Yeah.
We're just steadily going up. Right now it's not hard. Now, one of the cool things you run into when you're going to climb Katahdin, you can leave your big backpack at the ranger station. Whoops.
Start tripping already.
And they lend you day packs.
3,510 kilometers.
There's the go. So yeah, we're just steadily making our way up. We will be showing you when it gets brutal, because it does. And yeah, but we got started at about 8 a.m. It gets dark around 8 p.m. So we got 12 hours to get up and down the mountain. Everybody see Katie in the background? Woohoo!
I don't know if you can see it, can you?
See what?
Extra peak.
Which direction do I need to go in to see it?
I think you'd have to be right.
Oh, there we go. You see just above the trees? That's Baxter Peak. And then that valley you can see way down there, and that's where we came from. Where are we going?
Baxter Peak.
And just so everybody knows, we haven't been on the Appalachian Trail yet.
No.
This is just the lead up to the Appalachian Trail. So,
Able Trail.
yeah, A-ball.
A-B-O-L.
So you'll hear A-ball a bunch in the next little bit till we're past that area. Okay, so we are halfway. We're more than halfway up Katahdin, aren't we?
We're probably 2/3 up.
Yeah, we're 2/3 of the way up. So you see the mountain ridge there, that peak
Where
way
did
up
we
there.
come from? Did we come from down there? Where it looks like that little hut is?
Yes.
Neat.
So
I wonder if they can see the hut. Can you guys see the hut on there?
way down in the valley, that's where we
It's
came
a
out.
little tiny whitey gray dot.
And then you can see, basically that is south of Katahdin, which is what we are going to be doing.
Do you guys see all of that?
Those rolling
All
mountains
that? All of the mountains?
are,
We go over every single one, pretty much.
so just a quick little interview point. Did you plan this trip out at all, Katie?
No.
No. Did you research what we were going to experience?
Nope. Nothing.
You know, are you familiar with all the little towns and sort of the monument landmarks along the way?
No.
No. Okay. So I did,
I am underprepared and he is maybe overprepared.
Yeah. But what's super cool with this is that as we go along, because I've seen it like 5 or 6 times today already, Katie will sort of do it, because it's rough terrain, so you're looking at your feet. And then when she, stops and looks up and goes, "Oh my God," or some other type of, exclamation. So now this is something for people to realize, and when we get to the top and we get to the sign, the peak of Katahdin, we'll sort of explain
We have
it.
not started the Appalachian Trail.
Exactly. All of this right now is getting to the beginning.
Haven't set foot on it. Haven't even seen a white blaze.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
Yeah, we've gone up like over 2,000 vertical feet so far.
Who puts the start of a trail on
top
the
of
top
a
of a mountain?
Yeah.
Who does
So,
that?
time for us to start going uphill again. Well, look behind me. Look. Woo. And then there is a wild Katie in her natural habitat. And much up. So, if you're playing the follow along game at home, obviously you're seeing this way after we've actually done this because, uploading and editing and all that jazz. But we are most of the way up the Able Trail, almost to the Hunt Trail, which is actually the Appalachian Trail. And then once we hit that, we take a right turn. We have 1 mile from there to the summit of Baxter Peak, which is officially the start of our trip, or our trek, or whatever. But all of that behind us, that is south, and that is what will be coming up. Sorry for the shaky cam, but we are now, you see the high point over there? You see actually some people up on the top. That is Baxter Peak, the high point on Mount Katahdin. We have less than a mile to go to the summit. And then once we start our way back down, we'll stop at Thoreau Springs, get some water. There's a little forest elf ahead of me. And yeah, so after we get to the summit, for us it's 5.4 miles, or about 8K, I guess, down to our campsite, and that will be it for the day. Works out to be, today is maybe like 16 kilometers, so not a crazy day distance-wise, but pretty demanding nonetheless. So we made it to the top of Baxter, which is the top of Katahdin. Oops, I can't walk. Katie has a very sweaty back. And there's a little sign at the top. We're gonna get our picture taken on it in a moment. So this is looking to the north side from the peak of Katahdin. Look, 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 look. It is beautiful. You think it was worth all the effort to get up here?
Yeah, it would have been worth it anyway.
Ah, good. So this is another shot of the backside, or the north side of Katahdin. And there's right out over the edge. Woo! Lake down below. More mountains over there.
Little bird.
Hey. Katie right there. So, how hard would you rate today's hike?
Wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I promoted maybe.
Yeah.
Not good with numbers.
And for this kind of terrain, you expect much harder. So, halfway through day one?
Halfway through day one. Just starting the Appalachian Trail. Finally made it to the peak of Baxter.
Yeah, because you see back there's the sign for Katahdin. How you feeling?
Good. Tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, not enough sleep. Tired.
But, so just we'll give people the rundown of what's coming up. Today we will walk down the Hunt Trail, which is now officially the Appalachian Trail for us. And
Starting the Appalachian Trail and I'm tired.
So we're going to be going to Katahdin Spring. The campsite at the bottom of the Hunt Trail, anyway, right on the Appalachian Trail. We're camping there tonight. We have a lean-to, and then
Onwards.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, after this, we leave Baxter State Park, and we have the 100-mile wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, guys. And we're getting a resupply dropped to us on a logging road halfway through. Best $25 I think we might ever spend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, you guys stay tuned, and we'll talk to you later.